Viewers, it's time for a bonus.
Bonus.
I know you guys have been saying, wait, you're Musashi? I thought you were done, Musashi. Well, you remember at the end of the episode. Well, okay, for context, hello, my name's V, aka Vi, aka the man that hopefully has a lovely voice you can't forget. I go by Vitamin DGR, but feel free to call me whatever good compliments you want, and this is the bonus of Musashi Samurai Legend. This is gonna make only sense to those who've watched my playthrough, which you could probably find on Twitch. Actually, considering the timing of this video, most of you will probably end up watching the playlist on YouTube. Regardless, if you know, you know, but nonetheless, this is talking about me beating Musashi. I beat it recently, and I did say at the end of it I was going to do some research, and I've come across quite some information, quite some nuggets, so I figured there was also something else I said I wanted to do, and I completely glossed over it throughout the episode. I said at the end of this, I wanted to showcase all the cards. Now, unfortunately, I realize I will not be able to get all the cards, at least in one playthrough. So I found that out rather quickly. So I am not going to go through the story again. So I decided, while talking about some information I got, why not showcase all the cards I have for a bonus episode? That's right, viewers. I made a big deal about getting every single card that I could. And unfortunately, as you can see there, I'm at 95 out of 110. There's only another, what, 5, 10, 15, like 20 cards? No, 15 cards. Wow, I can't do math. There's only 15 cards I've missed, and that hurts my soul. Now, to be fair, some of the cards I could have gotten, but a majority of the cards, unfortunately, I found out I wouldn't be able to get into the New Game Plus, which is the first thing I want to talk about. So I'm just going to go through this, go through every card that I have, showcase it all just a little bit. So I don't expect this to be too long compared to another one, but this is a bonus, so whatever. Action with X, huh? Okay, cool. We can have this, but obviously we don't need to listen to music, so this is just going to be me chatting here. But yes, before I go further with this, if you like this bonus, if you like more of this kind of content, or you want to support me, then let me just do my usual. Feel free to support me on Twitch under the handle of Vitamin DGR. You can even subscribe to my YouTube, and you can even like the video if you like what you hear, you like what you see, or you like me in general. I greatly appreciate all the support you can give to a little guy like me. Nonetheless, you know you're supporting the right person when you see that lovely little loaf of dog. You know, the icon I got. I'm working on a different tagline, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, let's just get to it, right? So, while I go through each and every card that I have here, all 95, I won't spend too long on it. Yeah, so I'm just going to showcase them all if I can. Especially because they're cool like this. Kind of like just... it doesn't let me. I have to back out each time. So, let me just start by talking about the information I have here. So, as I said, I wasn't able to get every single card. There's still 15 or so that I'm missing. Now, a few of them I was able to potentially get. I would have to just get the money and wait. I have to go through some dungeons just to stall for time until, what's his name? The reporter guy, Talpegi or whatever his name is, until he gets cards for me. Now, unfortunately, it's only for some of them. So there's some, basically for like some of the monsters he's able to get for me. But unfortunately, some of the cards I'm not able to get, and I found out it's because in New Game Plus, and again, this is assuming, whoops, I forgot to do your action, for New Game Plus, so again, this is a bonus. I'm assuming most of you viewers have watched the last, my playthrough so far, so I don't believe this should be spoiling, but this is your last warning. I might potentially be talking about spoiler stuff here, so if so, please don't let me ruin the experience for you. I do not mind if you click off the video, I'm just being fair to you. Okay? Cool. Now, in the finale, as you viewers may know, there's that robot section, right? Where it built those giant mechs, and there was a door I didn't go through. And I thought, oh, I just had to, like, I don't know, go to a different room. Turns out, I found out why. That door doesn't open until you get to New Game Plus. Also, meow. It's dark, but she's wearing a cat costume. I kind of like what I see. Man, PS2, you could be a little better with graphics. Anyway. So apparently that door doesn't open until you go to New Game Plus. Only found that out recently, so it kind of hurt that I had to go through the entire game to do so. But yes, that not only helps get the other cards, but it helps make it easier to get the remaining ones. So there's extra collectibles in there that's necessary. Now, it said collectibles, and for what I read from other things like TV tropes and wiki and other sources, apparently it's also useful for the cards. So There might be other means of getting the cards, but I was primarily reading that, yeah, you need to do New Game Plus to get every card. So, it is what it is. I'm probably not going to go for New Game Plus on the stream, not on the video. I mean, if enough people want me to, I don't mind going for it, but that leads to the next thing I want to talk about. You remember my whole, like, tired about, like, well, what's the point of New Game Plus? Other than getting the collectibles. It's that. It's essentially just to get all the collectibles. It's also useful for two other things. The second thing is, even though your stats can kind of balance out, if there's a certain stat you want to do a primary focus on, you can go for it. Now, for what I read, the general rule of thumb is everyone was like, dude, focus on your focus first. Then your defense. Everything else comes afterwards. So, I had the good idea of doing focus, but there were times where I did it balanced, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, you definitely want to improve your focus, so that's for y'all to know. But yeah, the other thing is, I wondered, oh, is there like hidden bosses, secret bosses, a new area? Nope. The only thing added to New Game Plus is every enemy, including bosses, hit way harder. Apparently they hit much, much harder. They even said if you plan on doing New Game Plus, then it should be focus and defense, but you should kind of alternate between the two, instead of doing one focus and then the other. So, apparently, enemies hit a lot harder. Now, it's not stupidly like, oh, one-hit death, but it's pretty up there for what I've read. So, if you have a desire to do Game Plus, it's definitely a lot more challenging. And not that this game wasn't, but oof, it definitely threw me for a loop. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, the biggest thing, like I said, were those three. So, to try and get all the remaining collectibles, or to get the collectibles, to try your metal against, like, harder enemies, it's nothing really too significant, so there wasn't like a new area or anything like that. Which, it's fine, it is what it is, I don't mind it, but I don't think it's like, there wasn't anything new to the story. That's your action. Okay. There wasn't really anything new to, the story itself to warrant it. Did find out something else interesting, too. I don't know how to go about it, but apparently there's a little secret, thing I could have gotten for the opening cutscene. I'm certain some viewers can like find out, but I'll explain it because I was told about this. But and again, I'm just gonna share with the information I have. But if you beat the game, I don't know how to go about it, but you get a little extra alternative cutscene. So for those who pay attention to the intro cutscene, the really cool anime cutscene with what is it called? The song called "Samurai Struck" by the Surf Coasters, which I really like that song now. So apparently there's an alternative part where, and if you remember, you know what I'm saying, Musashi catches Micella, right? And he like looks at the screen and zooms in his eye. So apparently there's an alternative where instead of catching her, she just falls and he's just like, oh, oops. It's nothing really too crazy other than that. It's just a little like kind of a little neat, like, hey, if you're paying attention, then hey, there's something different. So that's essentially it. Otherwise, there's really nothing worth on New Game Plus. Oh, a bunny mode of Pecorino? Ooh. Kinda like what I see. Meow. Or I guess, what sounds do bunnies make? Is that what they do? Just little, that kinda feels like squirrely, but whatever. Oh, Telegio, that's your name. But yeah, it's just for that. So, that's the first, thing I wanted to address. Secondly, I want to address something else that, I did not know. This is completely new to me. This was just a shock and a half to me. This is apparently an indirect sequel. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, wait, what? Or if you care, at least, you'll be like, wait, what? But yeah, apparently there's another game, I actually still have it on my phone over here, called Brave Fencer Musashi. Apparently, this one was back on original PlayStation, like the very first one. Supposedly, Musashi Samurai Legend is an indirect sequel. And on this note, I want to address some interesting things. So, this game is apparently a telling of the famous Japanese swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. And that already was just shocking to me. But it's not just that. Gandrake himself isn't really Gandrake. He's from the school Ganryu, and he himself isn't even like Ganryu. Actually, I have his name here. Hang on. He's actually... Where is it? I have it here because I've been reading it. He's actually Kojiro Ganryu Sasaki. Well, I guess he is Ganryu. But his full name is Kojiro Ganryu Sasaki, who's a very infamous swordsman as well during Musashi, the lore of Miyamoto Musashi. That's your action? Really? I like to party hard, dude. Alright, cool. But yeah, that's actually Kojiro. So what's interesting is a lot of this is basically just different variations of the various tales of Miyamoto Musashi. And there's a lot of tales about this swordsman. Like, there's a lot. Like, hell, even the fact that Musashi's Great Ore, that really cool sword that we all know is basically the best sword in the game, even that itself is oppressive. Like, that that alone has its own, like, crazy knowledge and backlore. In fact, I was actually trying to, like, find more information about the Great Ore itself. Which I guess I could just go on a different thing here and do it while I multitask here. But yeah, like, to find out that all of this was just like a glory, like, obviously it's a glorification of Miyamoto Musashi and his feats and everything. I just thought it was, like, really cool. That's your action, really? Alright, well, it's kind of cute, nonetheless. It's a kid, so I shouldn't be all whatever. But, yeah, even Musashi, like, he's an impressive swordsman. He was apparently renowned for developing a two-sword fighting style. But there was lore or tale about him using a giant ore in battle. I don't know if I can actually find it while I'm multitasking this. I know he was called the Sword Saint. I remember actually hearing that. I think I actually heard about that from Fate, even though I didn't get into Fate. I remember somebody telling me about that. Yeah, apparently he's famous for fashioning a wooden sword out of an ore and use that in battle. So that's news to me. So now you know as well. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, like, seeing all these nods and homages to Miyamoto Musashi and his life. There's probably so many things I didn't leave. I'm not going to go super far into it, but there's just so much, and it kind of makes me, like, impressed that they were able to get this much knowledge of history. But to be fair, there's so many stories of Miyamoto Musashi that it makes sense that they can make a game of it, because there's still... Oh, Asiago! Oh, if I get a dog, I hope it's as cute as Asiago. Oh, he's so adorable. Can't zoom anymore. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Can't do anymore. Oh, I love him. I love him so much. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. Otome as well. No meowing? Oh, it's fine. It's still cute. Oh, I love both these animals. Oh, they're so adorable. That's weird crying to be as adorable as they are. Gosh, I'm losing myself. But yeah, so this game is an indirect sequel. Really threw me for a loop finding out that this game was a sequel. But here's the interesting thing. So I don't know a thing about this Brave Fencer Musashi. It gave a link if I want to read it. But I'm kind of curious about it. I don't know. If you viewers want me... I might go for it myself, but if you viewers, like, have a desire to see me try that out, I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. Apparently, it was done during Squaresoft, so I already know it's going to be fun, because I don't think there's any bad Squaresoft games, at least to my knowledge. If there are any bad Squaresoft games, then please let me know in the comment section below. YouTube, and then Twitch, you can let me know on Discord, or just leave a whisper or something, or just, I don't know, just tell me in general. Just a little yay! But man, it was just like, finding out this was an indirect sequel is crazy. So, this I do know about this game, and I did kind of get, I guess it's slightly spoiler for Brave Fencer Musashi, at least for what I imagine, but Brave Fencer Musashi apparently deals with Musashi in his actual, like, age, I guess, because I found out in this game he's 16. So, this was done during his more teenage days, compared to Brave Fencer Musashi, where he's an adult. Supposedly. Like, I'm not 100% certain on if what I'm reading is correct or not. Oh, that's it? I'm not 100% certain if what I'm reading is absolutely true, but for what I've gathered, and if I'm wrong on this, please feel free to, like, let me know. I'm just gleaned this information very briefly. Like, I have it on my phone, but I was like, I need to do the bonus episode now. I want to do it while it's fresh in my mind. But yeah, finding out that this was an indirect sequel. So, supposedly, Brave Fencer Musashi, obviously Brave Fencer Musashi came out first, right? And it deals with Musashi in his more, like, known adult years. And apparently, in that game, he also is in a different world. So I guess Musashi's known for being isekai'd all over the place. That's all I know. I don't know about... Oh, that's literally your thing? Okay, cool. Oh, it's a different variation of the Ninjaroid. Got it. That's why it was all weird. It's all pink and does that. Okay, got it. Gotta pay attention to those question marks. But yeah, Brave Fencer Musashi, like I said, deals with his more, like, adult Jeez. Calm down. In more adult years, during, like, more modern times, right? Whereas, Musashi Samurai Legend, apparently, they did it where, before Musashi becomes a bigger deal as an adult, during his teenage years, they decide to send him into this world. But, and this is where I'm confused, because, as you know, at the end of this game, again, this is spoilers, I already warned you guys. At the end of this game, we see Musashi getting sent back to his world. My whole thing was, I was kind of hoping he comes back. I don't know if he does. So, I don't know if there's a third game. All I found out was that there was 2 that had the Musashi name. So, Square, if you're hearing this, please make a third Musashi game. I would totally love him to come back to this world. Or just to see these characters again. I really like... Wow, that spawned a lot. I really like this game. I really do. Like, I wouldn't do this much attempt to, like, look into it if I didn't care. Man, I forgot about that segment completely. But yeah, they only have this first game where he deals with adult, and then I guess the way they have it was, they made Brave Fencer Musashi. Whatever happens, happens. That's, like, whatever. And then an indirect sequel where it takes place technically before Brave Fencer Musashi, but it still leads to Brave Fencer Musashi, but it's a sequel, but it's also a prequel. I'm kind of confused by how they mean this, because Brave Fencer Musashi, like I said, deals with him as an adult, but Samurai Legend, the game you're seeing now, deals with him as... I forgot about this thing. Deals with him as a teenager, so I don't quite understand, and I think I kind of confused myself a little bit, so I'll probably do some more, like, reading into it. Well, obviously I am going to do some more reading into it. Wow. Yeah, I forgot how much of a pain this boss fight was. Alright, I'm done with you. Yeah. Man, it bothers me seeing these question marks I'm not going to be able to get. Oh, I hated these things. I hate these things. The only thing more annoying are those little black heartless things. These things that ate up the nebula I was supposed to go for. Ugh, so disturbing. Ugh. I don't have to deal with those again. But yeah, finding that out was definitely a shock to me. On another note, this is a little lesser thing. This is just, again, take it however you will. They clearly, what all circles are talking about, clearly shipped Musashi with, Isella. Now, that's not to say the other girls didn't care, but the way they had it seen was the only girls that liked Musashi, like, actually romantically, like, clearly it's between Musashi and Isella, but Borini, she likes Musashi, but she's, like, just the innocent, like, type. She doesn't really, like, do the whole, like, lust or anything. She just really cares for everybody. So she's just, like, the pure lovey girl. Like, she doesn't... It's not per se romance, but she just likes everyone universally, like, well, right? She's that kind of... Like, a motherly kind of person. Valentina liked me, but she's a tsundere, so we already knew that one. Mirabo and Marabo. So, apparently, Mirabo, the first twin, the first girl we saved, she thought I was handsome, but it's just kind of like more like a crush, like a young girl liking like some older guy kind of crush. Wow, you go for a minute, huh? Oh, there you go. Man, I was about to say, your lungs are crazy. Marabo just liked, but it was just like, saw me as a hero, it is what it is. Ishtara was also tsundere, but apparently it's less romance and more like a loving, like a rival you care about. Not in a bad way, but like you want to see them like get better and all that stuff, so that was that. And then Clochette, it was more of a, she liked and apparently was trying to insinuate like, you know, a physical kind of relationship, but Musashi's dense, so clearly went over his head, but whatever, that's how you know. But clearly the biggest thing was between Musashi and Isella, which leads to me being sad because if Brave Fencer Musashi deals with someone else, that means we technically don't see Musashi dealing with Isella and all these characters again. So this is where I'm confused. This is what I've gathered. So unless I'm wrong, then by all means let me know. What does it do? Oh, the big water blast thing? Forgot about that thing completely. Alright, Terrar's done. Well, that's not many. Man, I can't believe I couldn't get all the mystics. I mean, yeah, like I said, for what I read, I got to do New Game Plus, and I did say I want to get it, but man, to have to go through the entire game again? Granted, there's not many episodes. It's only been like, what, 12? Not including the bonus? 12 episodes? But I don't want to go through it all again. I'm the type of person that gets invested, unless there's something like due to a story or something. Oh, I hate these freaking things. Ugh, and then they give you a bigger freaking picture of it. Ugh, God. Hate them. I think they're the worst thing in this game, for sure. Hate them so much. Hate's a strong word, I know. I thoroughly, strongly dislike them. And I think a lot of my viewers will hopefully agree with me. If you like those things, or better yet, if you're one of those that finds it cute, then... I mean, that's all you, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I didn't want to look up anything more about Brave Fencer Musashi, because that makes me curious. Now, granted, it's an older game for PlayStation 1, so I don't know if it will hold as well as Samurai Legend Musashi, because I really like this game, and I hope I do. Like I said, if I end up liking this game, I mean, excuse me, if I end up, like, finding Brave Fencer Musashi is what I was gonna say, then I do want to, like, get it. Hopefully it's not crazy expensive. Hopefully I can find it somewhere. But I do want to get my hands on it. Ugh. Yeah, I forgot these things. I barely even see these things. But, I hate these enemies, too. Yeah. Not as annoying as the other ones, but I didn't like these things either. Yep. Forgot about them all too well. I didn't hear anything else about, any other secrets with Musashi. Like, there's no, like, secret codes or anything. I looked up, like, some PS2 games have, like, cheat codes and stuff, so I wonder if there was. Didn't see a thing. Oh, about to say. Forgot about those. So there wasn't anything new, so... And I also realized when I looked into it, a lot of people really did just kind of, like, save their money primarily for, like, buying cards. That was something I found on, like, some forum. I think it was, I don't know if it was, like, on GameFAQs or something. But some forums where I talk about, like, people just really saving up their money just to be able to, buy cards. So it's nice to know that I'm not the only one. Freaking Juggle, you're a deceiver! I thought Juggle would help me. It didn't work at all for those final fights. Lying pricks. Oh well. But yeah, it was just crazy, like, finding out all the stuff about Musashi. And there's so much stuff that, like, went over my head. Like, ugh. Yeah, I forgot about those things. Now, let me guess. The yellow one's just bigger and nastier. Yup. Bigger and nastier. Man, I really collected a lot of cards, huh? Holy moly. I really did. I'm so upset that I missed out on 15. I hate when they do that. I had to turn the camera on just to be able to see these things. There were some other secrets, though, but apparently I've done it already. So, the Ishtara fight was one of the secrets. Actually, there's a few secrets that I can mention. Zoom out. There we go. Ugh. Gross. Or rather, I say secrets, but I guess it's better to say missables. Obviously the cards are the first missable. The second is the abilities. Now, for what I've gathered, I think I got all the abilities Musashi has. Or he's able to learn in this game. Now, this I'm not 100% on, because I was going through the list, and unfortunately the way they had the list was, like, really small. I couldn't really read the font. So, I'm assuming I've got all the abilities, so there wasn't really anything else for Musashi to learn, so there's no, like, secret enemies to give me something better. What I did find interesting is, when it came to the missables, at least on the abilities, you want to know the 3 abilities that were considered the missable that people have actually played the game and not done. So, the first one, the biggest one, and I think is the most shocking to me, because I already made a big deal about it. You all know, you might know where I'm going with this, with the context. But the inner refuge, excuse me, the inner refuge skill, the one that, like, makes you invincible. So apparently that one's missable. So a lot of enemies a lot of players just kind of, like, don't care about it, or they didn't think about it. But then again, some of the abilities were like, you had to wait for certain things to do, so it makes sense. But the inner refuge is one. The second one was the Ki, actually. So it was actually one of the more recent ones. You remember from that last area, the enemy that when he turned red, he did like super high damage and everything. Apparently that one was also missable. And well, I don't remember if this was on a forum, but I remember somebody's comment that I read was talk about how they got frustrated and just wanted to kill the thing or slay the thing. So it makes sense because that one's easy to forget too. And the last one, the other one that's missable that some people forgot, was the opposite of Ki, the Zanshin, the defense one. And some of you viewers are like, what's the Zanshin one? So the Zanshin is the defense one from in Mount Terrior, the shelled enemies. Yeah, I got that move. Thank you. It's still cool though. The shelled enemies, the enemies that like you see like hermit claps, yeah, they interfuse things. Apparently, a lot of people forget about this skill. But no. But yeah, in the Mount Terrior, the shell enemies that like after you attack them for a minute, they like curl up in their shells, basically be like those helmet enemies from Mega Man. So apparently that one was also one that people forgot. So that was missable too. Go figure. Didn't think it was, but I don't know. It makes me kind of think that if there were any other missable things with her abilities, it's all the ones that you had to like really figure out because you wouldn't get it off the top, like you wouldn't figure it out immediately. But whatever. But yeah, those are 3 missables. Otherwise, when it comes to other missable things, the other missables, and apparently I didn't do this, if I decide to go for New Game Plus, or if people want me to go for it, I might, I don't know, do it off camera. But one of the other missables is Geldbrenach. Well, actually, there's two. There's 2 things. First, it's Geldbrenner. Second, it is Ishtar herself. I'm surprised Ishtar is missable. But supposedly, a lot of people don't fight Ishtar. A lot of people don't bother fighting Ishtar, even though I figure that's not missable. But yeah, apparently Ishtar's boss fight is completely missable. Oh, you could just go about your day. I mean, I get it. A lot of arena fights can be, but Ishtar, a lot of people don't think about doing her boss fight in the arena. They just do the chapter and just go on to the next one with Clochette. So, go figure. But Ishtar is missable. There's no other missable arena fights, what I saw, but that's all from what I skimmed. That bit I only skimmed, so I didn't get any information on this. Fun fact, actually, I read this just on a quick separate note. This attack combo that you see Musashi do apparently is one of the strongest attack combos. You know how usually when you see me, I do the 360 spin. It's useful, but literally the straight up simple 5-hit combo is the strongest attack chain. So go figure. Now for what I read, his strongest attack ability is the Leaping Tiger, with the second one being Celestial Strike. So I mean, it makes sense because it's the last skills, but go figure. Oh, are all of them doing this? Oh, that's kind of cute. I was kind of looking for different things. I really like these cards. But what are these? Oh, I hate this, man. I really want to know, but I don't want to, like, spoil. I might end up doing it off camera. I really think I might. You know what? I'll leave it to you viewers. If you viewers want me to do New Game Plus, then let me know. I don't know if I want to do, like, a whole get me, like, I don't know, get me to 200 subscribers or something like that. I don't know. Or pay me. I don't know. If you pay me, I'll definitely be more motivated to do it for sure. Otherwise, I think I'll probably, like, after this, like... I'm not saying I won't play this game. I could play this game again, but it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Because otherwise, I'll just burn myself out. I don't want to do that. No gamer should do that. This next bit I want to say, well, I was talking about the missables, right? I can't remember the other missable I was going to talk about. Let's see. It was Ishtar's fight. I talked about the abilities. Talked about the collectibles. Oh, Geldbrenach. Geldbrenner's inventions. So apparently there's certain combinations for items you need, which is supposedly in those collectibles. This I heard for sure. But there's certain inventions you need. Like when I made hold on, let me show Clochette, because I think it's the last one actually I can do. Do I have any cards? Nope, that's it. Okay, then let me do this last bit before I end it. Where is she? Where is that? Time A, perfect example. So, I completely glossed over this. But the hearing aid I made, there are little hidden subquests in this game where if you make certain inventions for certain characters, they'll give you money and or items. And from what I heard from some forums, apparently they give you a card as well, but it's a card you can get later, so I'm not 100% certain, but supposedly if you do somebody's thing, you get a card. I might have to look into that a little later on my own time in the future. But with Gelbrenach, his adventures are random, so you need the certain parts, but those parts are necessary to make different items. I found out the icebox carries for most of a level, like most of a chapter, but it doesn't last forever, so it says prevent ice cream from freezing, but it's not 100%. But when I helped Chime, for example, I made the hearing aid, and I was like, what am I going to do with the hearing aid? I gave it to Chime, didn't even realize that was a subquest, and that accomplished it. So apparently Gelbrenner's inventions is missable, and makes sense, because they're random items. Like, there's no way you'd be able to get every item unless you use the guide. Like, I remember when I looked up missables. This is what I did. I even had, I don't know why I'm holding my phone up. I looked up on my phone, I was like, hey, what are the missables of Musashi Samurai Legend? After I looked up the information, it literally still says, what are the missables in Musashi Samurai Legend? And it talked about Gelbrenner's adventures and everything. So, go figure. But yeah, if you want to like get almost everything, you need to make Gelbrenner's inventions, and there's a guide to it. And it led to this thing on GameFAQs. If I do decide, or if you viewers want me to do New Game Plus, I guarantee you I'm probably gonna have to use that guide, because there's no freaking way I'll be able to get every item. And apparently there's a few things. There's still a few things I didn't even know what to do with the items I had. Like with the icebox, it was like, oh, okay, cool. I had that, but I don't know what to do with the other things that I gathered. But, I mean, it is what it is. Now, some of them, I think they're just purely for the sake of selling. I don't really understand most of those things. I actually do have a guide here that I was kind of skimming a little bit. And there are a bunch of other items that can be made. But it was just, like, whatever. I think most of them is just for the sake of selling. Like, the valuable gem, I thought I could use it for something. Nope, it just says you can sell it for money. The Flexifier, you can sell it for money. The Gandrake Jingle, you can sell it for money. The Swine Pearl, you can sell it for money. Like, all these things just seem like they're useful for just selling for money. So, it doesn't really tell me about everything else. There's some things you will need for other people. And there's some items you can make that are crazy good. Like, you can make the Lucky Cowbell that increases your lucks crazy. Or if you, like I said, the Hearing Bell, or the Hearing Aid, you give it to Chime. But the problem is, a lot of the items you can make, they don't really have any purpose except for just making. So it's just for the sake of, like, I don't know, having stuff in your pockets, or selling it for money. But at the same time, I realized, well, what's the point of selling the items when I could just go to the arena fights and just do that? So, it is what it is. Gelbrenner's inventions are useful for, like, doing an item guide. But it's weird because on one side I see, oh, you need it for helping with some subquests to get cards. But on one side I see it as like, oh, it's just for money. So, like, the love letter, the versatile knife, the long lost love, all these things I have, they are truly for nothing but making money. I don't see anyone that would want this. The Donkey Crump bust, the Flexifier, all these things are just useful for selling it. Now, there's some items that said you should keep. Like, the icebox is useful if you want to stock up on ice cream, because it does keep your ice cream from melting as quickly. Now, it will still expire if you go through the dungeons for a long period of time, but if you have the icebox, it lasts a lot longer than the dry ice and stuff. But, like, the Swine Pearl, the Gandrake Jingle, like, I had those, and I forgot about it, and I was like, what am I going to do with it? And it's just for the sake of money, so it is what it is. It's not the worst. There might be uses for other people if you want to, like, collect things, but not for me. But nonetheless, I think that's all I got to mention. I think the biggest thing was just New Game Plus only offers just for the collectibles. I can't even, like, backtrack back to that area because I'd be going through the cutscenes again. Yeah, I had a half a mind to, like, go through the dungeon, but I have to go through the whole thing completely, so it's pointless. But yeah, if you want more context when I said about the whole, like, collectible room, if you watch the finale, you'll understand. It's the room with the machines that they're being built. It had the conveyor belts and everything that I was going through. There was a door next to a ladder. It's that door that has, like, a ton of collectibles in there. Now, the other issue is, I didn't see where the other magic alloy is. I didn't see if that's where I get the other cards. So it's kind of bumming me out that I needed that collectible room in order to get the card. Like, I like games where I could get everything in one shot. And no, it's most games don't do that. It's me being arrogant, right? But I really thought for sure I'd be able to get every card.
Hi.
You'll save my cello, won't you? Yeah, she doesn't do anything different. She was one person I was like, do any like NPCs have like extra like hidden quests or anything? Nope, not really. They just are kind of just here for, you know, making it that you're not alone in this giant old world. Which is fine.
Hello there.
I already did that. Yeah, whatever. There's one thing I do want to do before I call this bonus episode fully, like, a true finale. And if I were to do, I want to see if maybe I did get some new cards. I probably didn't, because I just gave them the zoom lens.
What's this?
Like, how do I, please, let me buy the other cards. Oh, well, that one's done. This is done too, right? Yeah, these were done. Both for it. Like, I don't know how to get the other... Oh, well, the Ninja Ace, I get that from, The Ninja Ace... Well, that's weird now that I think about it. Because the Ninja Ace, I get that from the dungeon. So would I be able to leave? Oh, I think the... Because maybe I'm misremembering, but in the last dungeon, weren't I able to get the Ninja Ace card from there? I might not have been. But the Ragnolia, like, that one I think Telegi will be able to get over time. I can go through a dungeon, he'll get me this card. Or I can fight, what's-his-face and get it again. But the Mystics, these are what gets me. I don't know how to get these other... Oh. Oh, there we go. Well, I need to get that one.
What's this?
Well, I might as well sell something. Oh, I want to
What's this?
sell... something. Oh, I can only sell cards to you? Hold on. I can't end this. I need this. I need that card. Like, I can't imagine that there's no way I can get all the magic cards. I'm actually curious. I don't know when the likeliness I will be able to play this game again, so I am curious about how to get the other magic cards. Oh, I can't sell stuff to you. Ugh. I'm gonna look it up. I'm allowed to now. Musashi, Samurai Legend, and Magic Card. I want to know how to get the other Mystic ones. Can I sell stuff to you? No, I gotta go on the first floor to sell things. I just don't know how to get them. Oh, I can sell stuff to you. I need you to buy some things. It'd be foolish to sell these. But I don't care, so I'm gonna sell the Gandrake Jingle and the Swine Pearl. For sure. I have a different separated thing, so whatever. Do I need to sell anything else? Nah, that's enough to get that whale. I'm gonna buy that whale card. And while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna look up this Mystic one, because I don't know how to get it. Is it truly all just the collectibles? Wow, funny. I'm on GameFAQs, it doesn't even tell me. Does someone know how to get these other magic cards? How do I get all of them? Hold on, I'm just gonna type it. How to get all cards. Oh, yep. It is during New Game Plus. Great. Well, what's actually interesting is that so you can only do it through New Game Plus. Alright, yeah, so here it goes. In order to get all 110 magic cards, you need to proceed through a New Game Plus playthrough. Once done, you also get rewarded for your magic cards. You actually get a couple things once you do. You unlock Blade Master difficulty and hard mode. Oh, interesting. Oh, you also unlock a jukebox and an art gallery. Ooh, that'd be kind of neat. I wouldn't mind kind of checking it out. Granted, I means in order... Yeah, okay, so for what I'm reading here, you do need to play it again. The only way you can is by beating the game. Oh, wait, I already unlocked hard mode. Oh, hard mode is the star. Oh, okay, got it. Well, then that's weird. Why can I not... I have an idea for something. First, I'm gonna buy this card, then I'm gonna save. But it says here I should have unlocked, like, this thing.
What's the story?
First, let me buy this whale card. I'm curious what I'm reading. There we go. I'm gonna save here, but here's the thing. So it says I unlocked hard mode, right? Hard mode is what I got in general. That's the star. I understand that. Because that makes sense now that I'm reading it. So I unlock hard mode. But it says there's Blade Master difficulty. But in order to do that, I need to duplicate all abilities. Which I thought I did. At least I'm going to find out if I did, huh? So I'm going to save the game. I'm going to reset the game. I'm going to find out if I did. First, I'm going to save... I'll make a separate save. I'll save here. Just in case I do want to keep the Swine Pearl, the Gantry Jingle. Because I like to item hoard. I'm just a hoarder, I know. I'm sorry. But I'm going to check one last thing. One true last thing here. Once it finishes saving. I also see the whale too while I'm at it. But I'm going to reset the game. I want to see if I unlock Blade Master difficulty. Alright. Want to see the whale. Whale is capable of bringing beautiful princesses back to life. Brief reminder, this thing is huge, and we're in that little, like, city on its head. Just in case people forgot. Alright. That's enough of that. Now let's reset the game. Now, if I'm right on this, this is actually going to answer some other thing I talked about earlier. Did I get every ability? Because if I didn't, well, does it say it? I don't know if it says it, though. That's the problem. So what it says, I'm on GameFAQs. It says, to unlock Blade Master difficulty, you need to duplicate all abilities and clear the game once. And then it says, hard mode, you beat the game once. Oh, your magic cards carry over. Okay, so you do get one thing you carry over. The magic cards. Which is fair, I guess. I guess it's useful because that means you can save. To be fair, I did spend a lot of money. Well, I thought I spent it kind of evenly on food and money, but... So it says... Will it do it, though? It says to unlock Blade Master difficulty, you need to duplicate all abilities and clear the game once. Oh, I can't skip all this jazz? Oh, I guess I can't. Alright, maybe it didn't. I guess it would have said it. Alright, well, I'm not gonna go with this cutscene again. We'll just assume that...
Hurry, Your Highness. They're here.
We'll just assume that hard mode is Blade Master. Because it's saying that I need to duplicate abilities. I thought I got all the abilities. Actually, you know what? I know exactly how we can check if I have all the abilities. We can just literally go to my save file and then see. I'll just type all abilities. And check the technique guide. I can just use this to read through. What the? PlayStation? Hello? I'd like to thank people for bearing with me. This bonus has gone a little longer than I was intending. But it's only because I'm reading all this information now that's popping up. I'm like, I really hope I got everything. I would like to hope I did. But now my copy Musashi's bugging. Like, you're done, V. You're done. I know, but I just want to make sure. Now my PS2 copy's not working. You know what? It's funny, because the last episode I did have a bug, and episode before that, too. This cannot be read. Fat chance. Now, if I have anything to say about it. Not as sure as these jeans are pressed up against my scrotum. No, nobody's going to get that reference. But yeah, thank you, viewers, by the way, for bearing with me for this bonus. No, you didn't have to, but you guys are sweet to stick with me. I'm so grateful for you all. I don't deserve you guys. Really don't. Yeah, this is my true last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go through my item list and see if I got every ability. And if so, then that means hard mode and Blade Master mode are basically the same. If I didn't, then I didn't. which means there are missed abilities. But I swear I thought I got... Well, I shouldn't swear. But I'm pretty sure I got every ability. It's kind of funny how the only thing in New Game Plus is the cards that you keep. Here, let me go back to file 13. They'll just go through the ability list. I'm going to use game facts for this. So if I'm wrong, all we viewers, we're going to blame game facts, alright? Alright, so let's start with the fundamentals, because it goes in this order. So fundamentals should start with chain attack. We got that. We have 360. We got that. We got sonic thrust. We got that. We got counterattack. We got that. Okay, cool. That's all the fundamentals. Next should be what it says here, the secret techniques, which is this. So it should be Angry Hornet. Check. Okay. Then there's Banishing Blade. Check. Okay. We have Celestial Strike. Check. We have Diving... Going in alphabetical order, by the way. Diving Falcon. Check. Double Cross. Check. Fish Fillet. Apparently this one is not missable. I don't know why it says not missable, because it's obviously not missable. You need this in order to do the main story mission. Fish Fillet, check. Infernal Strike. Check. Karmic Circle. This one apparently is missable according to this. Whatever. I don't think it is, but whatever. Check. Leaping Tiger. Apparently it's quite powerful. Well, I already said it was the strongest one. Apparently it says it's quite powerful and quite a hard move to learn. It's the most difficult technique to learn, but if so, it will definitely make your life a lot easier. That's what it says. Yes, check. Paralyzing Palm. I know I have that one. Check. Yep. Slice and Dice. Yep, check. Shooting Star. Check. Apparently, I'm invincible during this move. I really should have used that move a little bit more often, huh? Apparently, it says here that I'm invincible to any technique, just like Karmic Circle. So, Inner Refuge, so keep that in mind. Really wish I'd pay more attention to that. Anyway, check. Whirling Dervish. Yep, check. And lastly, Extreme. Check. Okay. Next, defensive techniques. There's only two, and that's Decoy and Twin Turbine. Check and check. Didn't really use much of Decoy, but whatever. Lastly, should be the Ascetic techniques, which should be Juggle, Inner Refuge, Zanshin, and Ki. Well, I have Zanshin, Inner Refuge, Juggle. Wait, where's... Oh, right. This is a different save file, so I have to have Ki. Right. Got it. Well, technically, I would have had Ki. So that makes sense. So yeah, I do have all the skills. So I guess Hard Mode and Blade Master are the same thing. What if it's like maybe different regions or something? I don't know. Sorry. Like I said, I had to do that just for my own like sanity, because I wasn't going to accept not knowing this information. I just couldn't. I would be driving myself bonkers if I went through this whole thing and didn't figure it out. So yeah, that's all the abilities this game has to offer for Musashi. Now, I don't know what Brave Friends Musashi is like. I'm assuming, hopefully, it's the same thing. And I found this bit out. So apparently Miyamoto Musashi was credited for adopting a number of people's fighting techniques back in war-torn Japan and feudal Japan. I don't know if it was actually appropriate to say feudal Japan, but during his time and era, he was apparently known for imitating and copying a lot of people. So he was basically just like a regular old Kakashi, huh? No, I'm making a bit of the Kakashi thing, but Miyamoto Musashi was known for being, for lack of a better term, a copycat, but utilizing it for his own fighting technique. Well, he was considered a sword saint, so I would like to think if you're capable, if you're so skilled you're called a sword saint, that's got to be next level. But you know what? That'll do it. So thank you all for tuning in for this bonus. Like I stated back in the finale, I'm done. I don't think there's any real merit except for getting the last cards. I really want to know. And what's funny too, because I didn't even get to find out what those cards are. I still don't know. The game fact says question marks, which means who knows what these cards are. But I'm being fair to you folks. If you guys want to see me do this, then please let me know or pay me. I don't know if I should do something ridiculous as like get to 200 subs or something. If you guys want to see me try New Game Plus, let me know. Let's start with that. Let's start small. Yeah, I'm not going to go for something grandiose. But nonetheless, I guess next week for sure will be something different. I think I'll have this bonus come out. Well, I don't know if I want to have it the same day as the Tuesday when my Musashi playlist comes out. I might have this happen. I probably will have it happen the same day. Maybe just later in the day. I don't know. I'll worry about it later. Nonetheless, yeah, next week will be a completely different game. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for dealing with the bonus. If any viewers have tuned in for this and didn't watch my playthrough, you can find it on YouTube under the Musashi visits, which I guess I might rename, because if I find a copy of Brave Fencer Musashi, hopefully it's not crazy expensive, and it turns out to be as much fun as this game, then yeah, I could see myself doing a future playthrough. Fortunately, I don't have a game of that, so we'll see if fates are kind. But nonetheless, let me know what you think about this game in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this series. And hey, why not shout out at Square? I mean, they're the ones that made this game. Maybe they can hopefully make a third Musashi game. I don't know. I feel like the sky's the limit with this guy. I would love to play more games like this. I would love to. This game was so much fun. Seriously, I'm not even joking. I'm not even trying to do it as a bit. I am dead serious that this was a Easter egg, and I loved it. I had a blast, and I hope I'll have more another time. But nonetheless, thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see you all next adventure, I guess.